I stay or should I go?
Live shot right there from Century Plaza Hotel and Spa. We're back 8:41 Monday morning. Here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. A shopping ban for 1 full year. That's what Cait Flanders took on as a social experiment. The Year of Less is the name of the book. Congratulations on this idea. You were in debt before, but that wasn't the reason you went on this and engaged in this experiment. Tell us about why you took this on.
I've been very publicly documenting sort of my experience with my personal finances on a blog since 2011. So I originally documented getting out of about $30,000 of consumer debt, finished that in 2013, and then I was so aggressive in my approach with that I found what happened is I didn't really take the time to learn the lessons of why I had gotten into debt in the first place, so why I was overspending, what I was overspending on, and just where some of those habits had come from. And so it's not that surprising to me then that as soon as I had money again, I basically went right back to spending it all. So for months, I would do this thing where I would, write my budget at the beginning of the month saying I would like to save 20% of my income, which should have been very doable. And then I would get to the end of every month and be lucky if I was saving 5%. And I just thought there has to be another way. There was another way at some point. When I was getting out of debt, I was doing much better. There has to be another way. And just kind of looking around my home and looking at my life and being like, I don't think I really need much more. Like, I don't know why I'm still consuming things, so why don't I try not?
You break this down into a list to clarify a shopping ban. I mean, essentials you're still buying, but how did you divvy up the list of what would be on this ban?
Yeah, so I took some time to really think about what the rules would be, because it's not just like buy nothing. So my lists were, essentials were things like groceries, gas for my car, toiletries, like when you run out of them. Like when you run out of deodorant, you are allowed to go and buy more deodorant. And so things like that. And then the non-essentials were things that really I could look around my home and see I didn't need anything more of. I didn't need more books. At that point, I had 55 books that I hadn't even read. So I didn't need books, magazines, electronics, home decor, candles, just kind of like anything for around the house. I didn't need anything of that, so that was stuff I was not allowed to buy. And then I did create this other list. It was like the approved shopping list. And because my experiment was for a year, for that one, I just sort of looked ahead at the things that like events in my life that I knew were going to come up. Like one was I had 5 weddings to go to that year. I'm very much like a tomboy. I don't have a lot of dresses and things for weddings. So I was like, I will buy one outfit for all of the weddings. So that was kind of things I could look ahead and just see I will need to make a few purchases.
Well, the book really touches on revisiting what you already own, which I think is valuable, and then the idea of how we do it ourselves, whether you're going on your own personally imposed ban, maybe you're moving, it's spring cleaning. So there are some great takeaways on that level, and the first starts with just decluttering your home.
Yeah, and I think this doesn't even mean that you have to go around your home and get rid of everything. That was something I also experienced in decluttering. I actually ended up getting rid of about 70% of my belongings that year. You don't have to go to that extreme, but really kind of looking at the areas in your home where you feel the most there's just too much, and you can't even kind of see past everything you own to start using what you do like. So that was part of it.
Well, you've talked about taking inventory and how you divvied up the lists, but something also interesting is unsubscribing to all those newsletters, all those coupons to some of your favorite outlets.
And to add to that one, I would say I'm almost more of the mind and the idea that we should be unfollowing retailers on social media. For some reason, we feel this need, like, yes, we do, like certain products or like certain companies. Like, I love Patagonia. I don't actually need to follow Patagonia on social media, because the only things I'm going to see are products that I probably don't need, or sales prices that I also probably don't need right now.
And one valuable tip, and I think this is good whether it's a shopping ban or just any goal in life, just let everybody know what you're doing.
And also, maybe sometimes there's only one person like this in your life, but tell someone who will encourage you to make the good decisions. I think we have a lot of people who we know we can go to and they will enable us to make the bad decision. But so for me, my best friend Emma was like, I know I can tell Emma anything and she will stop me. She will not let me make the bad decision.
Emma's the gatekeeper.
She's the best.
Finally, overall, from this, the Year of Less, what is the best thing you just learned about yourself, your personal life, about focusing less on consumerism, more on what you have? How does that shift perspective on how you look at everything?
I think the biggest one for me was that I realized I used to make so many aspirational purchases. So I used to buy all of these things thinking that they would somehow make me just a smarter or more interesting or better version of myself. And I never used any of them because the real me wasn't actually interested in those things. So what was so important for me was to just kind of let go of all these ideas of who I should be and just kind of accept myself for who I am and only buy stuff for that person. Because I think buying stuff is fine and spending money is fine, but it feels so much better when you're buying stuff for the actual real you rather than this aspirational version.
Great note to end on right there. The Year of Less is the name of the book. Cait, thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Fiaz.
Congrats. The book just came out last week, CaitFlanders.com. You can follow along on the blog in her journey. Listen, we'll take a break.